In Revit, everything you see is a family. There are two distinct different types of families in Revit. One is called a system family, while the other is called a component family or a hosted family. What I'd like to do in this video is illustrate the difference between the two and how they interact. So let's take a look at the first type of family, a system family. Now, a system family can be walls, floors, roofs, stairs or ramps, or anything that's modeled within the actual model itself. To take it a step further, the other kind of family is called a hosted or a component family. Basically, all MEP families need some kind of host to exist. That host is going to be a system or a level. When we create a hosted family in Revit, it needs to be face-based. It's the only way to host the walls, ceilings, or floors. When you create a new family, you'll see choices to host to a wall, a ceiling, or a floor, but you can't host to a linked model using this. We use a face-based family to do this. Also, these families can be work plane based. So if they're not hosted to a linked model, they can be hosted to a work plane or a level. We think about wall sconces, light switches, receptacles. These are all face-based type families. Ceiling-mounted projectors and lighting fixtures also are face-based families. Sidewall and ceiling-mounted air terminals are one more example of a face-based family. If we take a look at a family type, we'll look at basically a VAV unit. So what we see over here to the right is we have one VAV unit parallel fan powered. Now this is a hosted family file that we load into our model. So in one family for a VAV unit, we can have a 6-inch inlet, 8-inch, 10-inch, or you can duplicate it and make your own. That's what a family is, and that's how the two families interact in Revit. One thing I'd like to show you is actually by going into a model. The difference between the two is I want to come in here and I'm going to grab a lighting fixture. So on my electrical panel, I'm going to grab lighting fixture. Now, if we notice that our placement, we have three different methods of putting it in. Vertical face, face, or work plane. I'm going to place it on a face. Notice that when I come into the ceiling, we can place it right into the ceiling, no problem. Now, if I want to add an air terminal, we have a supply diffuser, but what I need to do is there's no choice to host it to a face because this is hosted by a work plane. So I'm going to set my offset to 8 feet. Now I'm going to put this into my grid right here, and I'm going to hit escape. Now the difference is if I select this lighting fixture, we'll see that the host is our linked Revit model. If I select this diffuser, we'll see that our host is level 1. So two very similar type families, but two different hosting methods. So I hope you can see the difference now between a system family and a component family.